Anybody that thinks anything's going to change is going to be in for a shock.
They forced him to go.
Yeah.
Who forced you?
Hi everyone, thank you for watching. By law, I have to tell you that this is for entertainment purposes only. All videos are property of Psychic Liz Cross, LLC. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. This is Mr. Shakespeare again with you on the 25th of June, 2026. I'm joined, as usual, by psychic medium and remote viewer Liz Cross. How are we doing today, Liz?
Welcome back, Mr. Shakespeare, from your extended holiday.
Thanks, boss.
There's so much going on, Mr. Shakespeare. Where do we start?
Well, let's start with the resignation of Keir Starmer, who was still is the Prime Minister until he actually goes. But he said he's going to step down. He has the unique position of being the most hated Prime Minister in all of history. So it's not surprising that he's having to step down. But anybody that thinks anything's going to change is going to be in for a shock. So let's grab Starmer first.
Okay, what would you like to know?
Okay. What were the events? What was culminated in you tendering your resignation as Prime Minister?
They forced him to go.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what he just said. What? Who forced you? The entire Labor Party. They had an emergency meeting, and all of them said, "You either leave, or we have to do a no confidence, and we will throw you out. So you can leave with, somewhat of your reputation intact." I don't know how they worked that one out. Or we'll throw you out, because they all are preserving their jobs, just like
Of course. Yeah,
he
because
preserved his
Labour have
job.
done such a bad job, and they're also now the most hated government ever in the history, certainly in my memory. And so, yes, so the leader is the one that carries the can. They take the kudos when they get things right, but when they don't, the problem with Starmer, of course, is that his mantra is not really the UK. That's not really what he's there to look after. So, okay, so he's been forced out, so he was given the chance to resign, so he did, and that's fine. Okay. What's next for him?
He's going back to being a lawyer.
Right. Okay. Is he going to go into human rights lawyer,
Are you
practice?
going into human rights practice? No.
Oh, okay. What branch of the law? What branch of the law is he going to go back into?
Just like unofficial sort of consultations. He's not going to argue in court,
Right.
but he's going to advise people.
Okay. Oh, some sort of consultancy.
Right, but with regards to government
Yes.
is what
Well,
I'm
yeah,
getting,
of
like
course.
how to get things pushed through, whose palms to grease in the government, government policy,
So
what
is he going to
avenues.
be, sorry, is he going to be like almost like a lobbyist?
Oh, are you going to be? Well, he's going to be a lawyer for like a lobbyist.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that sort of makes sense. Yeah. Okay. What does he think of Andy Burnham?
What do you think of Andy Burnham? Ooh, he said, God, no. What do you mean by God, no? Well, he thinks Andy Burnham's stolen his job.
Okay, well, element of that could be true, but if he's resigned, someone's got to be prime minister, and obviously he's been. I mean, what does he think of the fact that Andy Burnham has been fast tracked? He won a local election which he wasn't due to win, and now, within 3 minutes he's going to be prime minister. What do you think of that?
You're so funny. What do you think about Andy Burnham now being fast tracked? No, they did this on purpose.
Oh yeah,
That's what he just said to me. Who did this? The Labor Party. They did this on purpose. This is very strategic
of course, yeah,
to hold them in power.
yeah.
and they believe what? That he's going to turn the country around so they get reelected again.
Okay.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Okay. All right. Um, who will he be voting for in the next general election?
Oh my God. Who
Which
will you
which party will not no, not personalities. Which party will he vote for in the next general election?
which party will you vote for in the next general election? Labor.
Oh, okay. I was hoping you'd vote Reform.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah. Okay.
um,
That was a loaded question, really. I guess he couldn't really say
yeah.
anything else.
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. Well, as you know, Rupert Lowe held an independent Restore Britain rape gang inquiry.
Hmm.
And I think that was also, I would like to know, my question is that also what took down Keir Starmer? So let me ask him about this. What do you think about Rupert Lowe's rape gang inquiry? Okay, now he's just given me like a hand gesture, like Rupert Lowe is mentally ill. Do you believe in his rape gang? No, he says it's a false document. He just said to me that is a false document. Why is it a false document? Because it wasn't held by government? Yes. But you see, this is the problem that we have. The
Yeah.
problem is when he was prime minister, he was asked to do the rape gang inquiry and he refused. Is that correct, Mr. Shakespeare?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So why now? So let's ask, well, you had the opportunity to hold a rape gang inquiry and with the government and you didn't do it. He just said I hate him, meaning he hates Rupert Lowe. But that doesn't answer the question of why didn't you hold a government rape gang? Because it would be detrimental to the Labor Party. That is what he just said to me.
Well, that's true. It would be detrimental to the Labour Party. He's absolutely 100% correct. Yeah.
But why
That's
would it
why
be
they didn't do it.
detrimental?
Sorry?
Why would it be detrimental to the
Well,
Labor?
because if you look at where the rape gang inquiry would be centred, it's all in Labour strongholds in the north, mainly, not out.
Oh, let's ask it. Is that because it's all in the labor stronghold? Yes, it's predominantly in their constituent. It's their constituents. And
Right.
the other thing, and we don't actually know the numbers as of yet, but the other thing is there's all these British girls that are now missing. And they
Yeah.
don't know exactly how many, but a lot of them have been trafficked out of the
Yep.
country. They don't
Yep.
even know where they've gone.
Nope.
But why is the BBC not covering this inquiry from Rupert Lowe? I don't understand that.
Politics. The BBC are pretty much a hard left organisation. They're part of the controlled media. They're not, they don't want this is all covered up. I mean, if yeah, I mean the
Hmm.
BBC have not been a reliable source of anything, for many, many years. That
Hmm.
no,
Okay, I have a
no, no,
question.
no. I mean, and the problem they've got is, you don't ask these questions because you don't want to know the answers. People at the
Right,
local
right.
level know about them, because the problem is they don't want to stir up what they perceive as racial problems, because there's a certain demographic that are mainly responsible that would be named in these rape gangs, and some of them have been caught. Of course, some of them are in jail, but that,
Okay. And
well,
what just came through is it was Tony Blair who initially let the people in.
yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Ah, now it makes sense. Sorry, I'm slow on the
And don't
uptake there.
forget, Starmer was the head of the CPS, Crown Prosecution Services, and Crown
Hmm.
Prosecution Service, and ultimately it was down to the CPS, not necessarily down to him on each individual case because he was running the CPS, but he was aware of it, and nothing was done. Which
So let's
means that it's system-wide endemic. It's approved by the system. If the system
Oh.
doesn't agree, if the system doesn't investigate it or stop it, then that means it's approved by the system. This is state sponsored, to use a phrase. I mean, I'm not saying sponsored in the way of money, but this is state sponsored. Bear in mind
Mm,
these rape gang people and things like that. This isn't only just about that. It's also about money laundering, VAT fraud, insurance fraud, and a whole other bunch of things that go on.
mm. Okay, I've got a question for the BBC. BBC, I'm going to grab them as an entity. Why are you not covering Rupert Lowe's rape gang report? They're working on it. So they're actually taking the information from that report, it was what they're telling me, and they're doing I guess, a panorama or a documentary. And are you going to agree with Rupert Lowe's? No, no, they haven't even finished their investigation, and yet they're taking the stance of
Oh,
their
it'll be a
disagreement.
cover. It'll be a snow job, a cover-up job. Well, there you go. That's the BBC
Mm,
all over.
wow,
That's why no one watches them or pays any attention to them anymore.
wow. So basically, they're saying to me, even though this rape gang report has only been out, I don't know, maybe 2, 3 weeks, they haven't even had enough time to investigate it, record statements, visit the victims for their documentary. Um, and what they're saying is they're already taking the stance against Rupert Lowe.
Yeah,
Wow.
they
There
don't
you
want this.
go,
They want this
folks.
swept under the carpet. They don't want any of this coming out.
Why do you want this rape gang swept under the carpet? They just said because we're partially responsible. What do you mean by you're partially responsible? They were in on it too. The cover up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because they knew about it. They had been told many times that this was going on, yet they chose to turn a blind eye and not report it. Ah, now it's all coming together, Mr. Shakespeare.
Hmm.
This
As
is
I say,
really bad. Okay, so where do we go from here?
is it down to the lake? I fear.
We have missed you, Mr. Shakespeare. We have.
Um, so
Um,
that's a line from a song from Haircut 100 back in the day. Anyway, you can look it up. Right, let's go on to the other side of the coin. Our new leader, well, Andy Burnham.
uh-oh. Okay.
He was the mayor of Manchester for a while. He resigned. He had to resign because they were pushing him and grooming him to be the only electable candidate or the only choosable candidate because the other three, for various reasons, would not be suitable. And so they fast tracked this guy. He got an election which he shouldn't have won, really. Reform should have won it, but somehow they got him through. And then he became a member of parliament. And then 3 minutes later, he's going to be prime minister. Wow, what a career. Right, let's grab Burnham.
Okay. You know, Nigel Farage and Rupert Lowe, they should just call me because what I'm getting is I think Rupert Lowe may either match Nigel Farage in votes for reform votes, or he could potentially take over the reform votes. And I think what I read somewhere is that Nigel Farage tried to put Rupert Lowe in jail, but that's a whole nother thing. All right, what would you like to know from Andy Byrne?
Are you surprised that you're going to be the United Kingdom's next Prime Minister? Or did you know this was going to happen?
Are you surprised you're going to be the United Kingdom's next president? No, he knew that. He was groomed.
Right, okay. Well, that's what Okay. Okay. What are his views on Brexit?
He wants to rejoin the EU.
Okay. And what are his views on Ukraine? Should we, as a country, keep funding Ukraine? And if
Uh,
so, why?
should we keep funding Ukraine? No, he says no, we should not. They
Okay.
will,
Right.
but they shouldn't. I mean, his personal thoughts, feelings, and opinions is no, we shouldn't. Listen, what is coming through very strongly is he's going to do, I can feel it in the energy. He takes orders. He's going to do whatever they tell him to do.
Yeah. So it's a little bit like one of the one of the lines from the song of one of the Who wrote many years ago. Say, what was it? Oh God, meet the new boss, same as the old boss. I don't think anything will change. This guy has zero political experience at the international level. Um,
Okay.
how does he think he's going to deal with other world leaders, given you know, he doesn't have any experience of that?
He's going to leave that down to the foreign secretary.
And who is going to be the foreign secretary?
Who's going to be the foreign secretary? He's not sure yet.
Okay. Will Angela Rayner be appointed to his cabinet?
Angela Rayner be appointed to your cabinet? Yes.
Will she have a prominent role?
Yes. And as much as he can, yes.
Did she support him becoming prime minister?
Did she support you becoming? Yes.
Okay. Is how so? What are his policies and plans to try and get Britain back on track?
What are your policies and plans to try to get Britain back on track? He has no policies and plans. He's going to listen.
Sorry.
This is what I know, but this is what's coming through. For right now, today, what is coming through is they're all going to just meet and decide he is not going to be a decision maker. It's
Right.
a collective decision making board, which is
Okay.
within the Labor Party. He is not making decisions. And I tell you what, this guy is going to be toast on PMQs up against Kemi Badenoch.
Oh, and Nigel Farage.
Yeah, she especially because she doesn't care
Hmm.
will rip him to shreds.
Yeah. Well, obviously, you have to have a certain, and this goes for anybody who wants to go in these positions, not just him, but you have to have a certain ego level to put yourself in the firing line because, Starmer was relatively grey and unknown, and nobody, people didn't like him for what he did when he was CPS, a Crown Prosecution Service head, but he was relatively, nobody. And now, when he became prime minister, and bear in mind all the things that he said he was going to do, none of which he ever did, he's now the most hated sorry, he was the
Mhm.
most hated prime minister in history.
But he
So
did have a large ego
he did have a
because
lot. You have
he
to. You have to.
Mm,
You absolutely have to. You have to have a large ego to sit there and, believe that you know better than everybody else because you don't, you know.
mm.
Um, Now, what I want to know is let's go forward. No, let's bring in Margaret Thatcher and Harold Wilson and Winston Churchill.
Okay, I've got them all here.
Okay, so how does Prime Minister Burnham do over the next 2 years? What happens?
What does he do over the next 2 years? No, I'm getting a thumbs down. What
Okay.
happens? He's toast.
Okay. Does he last 2 years? Does he lead the Labour Party into the next general election?
Does he lead the Labour Party into the next general election? No.
So they've got rid of him as well?
Do they get rid of him as well? He resigns.
Okay. And why do we know why he resigned? Two
Right.
sides to the question. One, the public reason, and two, the real reason.
Do you know why he resigns? He's not electable.
No.
And the real reason they throw him out.
Okay. So, right. I'm going to make a suggestion that as he is not an order maker, he's just an order taker. We should work on an AI model and have a hologram as a prime minister and just use that instead. It might be easier.
Yeah, I see what you mean. The conservatives are not going to win the next general election
No,
either.
and nor do they deserve to because they messed up before. So it'll have to
Mm.
be it'll have to be restore Britain. The
Will it
problem
be
is that
Restore Britain?
Restore and what do you call Farage's party, Reform, could
Mm.
essentially are going after the same votes. I think just Restore are a bit more, that people are worried about Farage. They think he's slightly controlled opposition because of his loyalty to the banking community, which is where he came from.
Is Farage tough enough? No, he's not tough enough. You have to have someone like Rupert Lowe.
Oh, he's tough enough, yeah.
Now, Clarkson, who we have predicted will enter politics, if you've watched his latest Clarkson's Farm, has announced that he has prostate cancer. So
That's
let's
right.
ask this question. Will he'll be fine. He'll make a full recovery. Listen, with his money, there's no question about it, is what I'm getting. He will have all the latest high-tech therapies, and this is just a blip for him. So let's ask this question. Does it still stand that Clarkson, yes, he's going into the political field. He definitely is.
See, now there's a man you would vote for.
Yeah.
And he has
Oh,
got a
totally.
personality and he has got, he does think like so many Brits. He does. He absolutely does.
And for those of you non-Brits listening out here today, you need to watch Clarkson's Farm on
Yeah.
Netflix. I mean, that's now in the fifth season,
Mm,
but it just goes to show how difficult it is to be a farmer in the UK.
yeah. Yeah, he's done more for the farming community than anybody, I'll tell you.
Mm, he
Totally.
really has. And
Mm.
he ended up going to the farmers rallies. So Will Clarkson end up, yeah, see, whoever picks up Clarkson, and I know, let's ask Rupert Lowe, let's pull him in. Are you trying to pick up Jeremy Clarkson on? See, he wants Jeremy Clarkson on that ticket. Nigel Farage? No,
No.
he doesn't want Jeremy Clarkson.
Clarkson is much more like Lowe. He is. He's not like Farage. Yeah.
So why, let's ask Nigel Farage, why don't you want Clarkson on your ticket? He can't stand the man.
Mm,
But I think what the problem is, what's coming through the energy that I'm reading, is that Farage will not set aside his ego to allow for Clarkson to come in.
no.
Rupert Lowe, on the other hand, what I'm pulling from him is he doesn't care who's in charge, he just wants to do whatever it takes to win.
See, and that's the right attitude, isn't it? And that's why people should vote for Rupert Lowe. In
Mm.
my opinion.
In your opinion, yeah, but I mean, we've got a long way yet.
Oh
We
yeah.
do.
Oh, 3 years, yeah.
A
3 years.
lot can happen in 3 days, let alone 3 years.
Absolutely. Right,
The
let's just go
England
back.
team could win the World Cup.
Who's going to win this, did you say?
I said the England team could win the World Cup.
No chance.
Not how they were playing on Saturday or Tuesday, sorry. Oh my God,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
just
dire.
terrible.
That was dire. I mean, they should
Well,
have known
anything.
Ghana was going to set up so defensively, and they didn't break them down. So if you can't break teams down, you're not going to win, are you?
Mm, mm.
Yeah, my guess
Anything.
is either Netherlands. I'm having a guess. I'm saying either Netherlands or Portugal as my first sort of guess.
No. Is the Netherlands going to win the World Cup? No. Portugal? No.
Okay, all right.
I'm getting a no on those two.
Well, the only
Wow.
other two I'd have, well, I don't know. Argentina looked very good when I saw them play the other day. I thought they were very good.
I
Um,
think they're going to be up there.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well,
Argentina, and will it be Argentina and France? It could be the French and Argentina. But look, we'll get there. We're going to get there one by one. And I'll make predictions once they go into the next round of
yeah,
stadium.
yeah, no, that's a good idea. Yeah, yeah.
It's just too much right now with all these games going on. Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, this is very informative, Mr. Shakespeare. And I know that we have so many requests for lots of videos today, so we better crack on and do the others.
Yep. And yeah, okay. All right. Let's wrap it up. Thank you very much.
Well, okay. Thank you very much.